Morning. I'm just gonna straight up say it's morning so you can understand how I'm feeling. Really, it gives me leeway on how I look and some of my whatever. So, welcome back to my channel. I'm Nocticala, and this is gonna be episode 14 of Asexuality and Film. Hope it's episode 14. I've been saying it's 14 when I've been practicing. Well, anyway, today I will be talking about fun topic known as acephobia. And I do mean straight up acephobia, not just aces and arrows dealing with the normative society, sex obsession in society, like both positive and negative, who's having sex, who's not, blah 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 blah, those types of things. I'm not talking about someone using asexuality as a random insult or confusing asexuality with desexualization or something like that. Nor am I talking about ace erasure. I am talking straight up acephobia. I'm talking of the movie Chance by Amber Benson. She wrote, directed, produced, and stars in that movie. It was released in 2002, but it was shot during the spring of 2001. If some of this sounds familiar to you, you're probably involved with Whedon, Joss Whedon, fan of his works and people associated with him. They're not with him anymore, probably. So as far as I can tell, Chance was shot around the time of season 5 of Buffy and season 2 of Angel. And there's a bunch of cast members from those shows. David Fury, who was a writer who did sometimes his cameos, is also in this movie. And Joss Whedon wrote one of the songs because this movie has dude with a guitar interludes. Just there's like occasional music video in this movie. So I watched this and about almost 2 years ago in December of 2022. I don't remember much about my initial reactions, and I'm not really gonna talk about the movie as a whole, although you can tell that it was very low budget. But that basically besides the point. What is the point is that I'm gonna try something new. I'm going to be trying to watch this scene with you. I hope I won't get copyright striked because if I do, I don't know. I'm gonna push back doing this because I don't want to talk about this movie. I don't want to talk about this movie that much. It's fine. Mostly, it's interesting to see the cameo appearances, especially try to watching James Masters try to make his character Simon make sense while he has spike hair, because I guess this was shot during season 5, so he can't just dye his hair or apparently find a wig, even though the radioactive white hair is completely wrong for who Simon is supposed to be as a character. But so, let's try this. I'm just gonna, my editing skills is gonna be changing the angle of the camera. Can I do that while I'm shooting? I'm not actually sure. Let's find out. Okay, turns out I can change the angle of the camera while I'm already shooting. So this is gonna look even worse, but maybe that will help with me being not getting copyright striked. So this movie is all available on YouTube. Can I? I'm so bad at. Okay, I'm gonna put this link and maybe put this timestamp. So the necessary scene starts about 30 minutes in. So let's maybe, I don't know. I was hoping I could just shoot the screen while I talk or pause. This isn't going well. Okay, I'm trying to show you the screen. Actually, I'm gonna skip more than I thought because it's not necessary. So basically, Chance, played by Benson, is kind of a asshole. Kind of a petulant asshole. So anyways, he slept with this some guy, and this guy now wants her to, like, oh, I don't just want sex, I want to talk to you and stuff like that. And he's crying, so he's just, okay, come on, come to our place. And then he's crying, and Simon's like, just go fuck him, he wants to fuck you, so let's just go have sex with him or whatever. And then, but he just keeps crying or whatever, and then he's like, Simon's like, Chance is actually clinically insane, and then Chance is like, and he's been serious about that. Like, we met at a psychiatric institute in Santa Monica, and then they show a flashback of her going to her room with an asshole orderly who keeps calling her Chase, even though her name is Chance. And then eventually she goes in the room and meets Simon. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. And now let's start the scene. I'm still gonna skip a little bit around the scene. Okay. Maybe this is good.
I am not rooming with a guy. My parents did not pay all that money for me to be raped by some drug abuser.
Admissions thought you were a guy. Besides, this is the only bed we got left. Simon's harmless.
You made me forget what number I was on.
What are you talking about?
Now I have to start over. 1, 2, 3.
This is actually very interesting. They just
What are you doing?
count the stars, the blotches for a bit. Not very interesting. But I'm tired of trying to make it work.
It's almost like counting the Milky Way.
But this is coming up soon. Blah blah blah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And here it is.
You needn't worry. I'm asexual right now.
Sure you are.
I am.
No one's asexual. You've got to want to fuck something.
Nope. Nothing. 1.
So yeah, that's the first part of the acephobia. Fun, wasn't it? So basically, he's just like, if this was a real place of rep and someone says I'm asexual right now, then that would be cool. So you'd show in more of the spectrum of asexuality, maybe ace flux or aprosexual or something like that. But that's not what it's going for. Especially because he immediately goes, that's not a real thing. You can't be asexual. You have to want to fuck something. And why something? No, why not someone? Like, are you including bestiality in here? Like, what the fuck's your point, Chance? It's not fun, but there's still more to come. Ugh, sorry. Wish I could do some editing.
2.
Chase, I brought your stuff.
1,000.
Again, this is very boring. Oh.
Simon and I bonded over a shared love of barbiturates and obsessive compulsive behavior.
Goes with the days.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna go now.
But don't you want to stay and talk somewhere?
No, I'm feeling much better. Much better. Well, goodbye, Chance.
I forgot to mention this, that ableism also involved. Like, somehow these two are so crazy that this weird kind of stalkery dude is just gonna leave Chance alone now because, like, she's crazy. She compared her to Hannibal Lecter and counted splotches in the ceiling. And someone mentioned maybe being asexual. How crazy. But let's continue.
Do you think we overdid it on the whole asexual thing?
No, it was pure genius. Oh, and how about my orderly? It's all in the details, Simon.
Do you think he'll ever come back again?
Doubtful. Highly doubtful.
So again, all this was bullshit. That flashback didn't happen. I guess. I guess that's what that's supposed to mean. And like asexuality was just a random detail added into. That was pure genius. Like what the fuck does that mean? Like, I mean, Chance that it says he's asexual. Why does it matter to this crying dude? Like, what was the point of that? But there's one final bit.
I don't come across as asexual to you, do I? Don't do that.
I love to harass Simon. He takes everything so seriously.
And that's the last bit from the movie. That was an angle I could change, and I don't have to hold my camera anymore. My phone, I mean. So, that's the acephobia in Chance from 2002. And it's really weird. It doesn't add anything to the movie. Like we have already established that Simon is kind of like hopeless when it comes to romance. There's that scene I didn't show is like, oh, you could, before Simon says that you should just go fuck him, the crying dude, Chance was like, why don't you go take him to your nudie bars? So it's like, it doesn't even, like the asexual Simon doesn't even, it's something like the movie doesn't even take seriously before it randomly mentions it. And it doesn't take it seriously afterwards because like it's all bullshit. It's just something to make them seem all even crazier or weirder, to get this stalker to go away. And that's like, what was the point? Why was that necessary? And it's really especially weird because again, this was shot in 2001. Like I'm pretty sure Avon existed at that time, and David J would like talking about asexuality, and because Amber Benson, I didn't get into this, but she played Tara McClay, a lesbian icon from an iconic but problematic sapphic relationship, Willow and Tara, on Puffy. So like she's obviously adding some queer elements to this movie because she has a queer fan base. So maybe that's where she heard about asexuality, and like it's like she's treating it like a real orientation, but at the same time immediately dismissing anyone who like it treats it like it. The movie acts like the scene acts like asexuality and orientation than some people identify as. It invalidates those people by saying that it's not real because everyone wants to fuck someone or something for some reason, and then uses asexuality to make people look even more crazy. And then again, as I don't give an asexual vibe, do I? To Simon, and it's just like it's just a very short, rather short, invalidating scene, and it has no reason to exist because nothing comes of it. It's never mentioned again. It just acephobic for no reason. And then the queerness in this movie is again similarly kind of weird, because like Chance is like, I don't know, incidentally bisexual, so she like mostly hooks up with guys, but sometimes when she's high on ecstasy, she gets horny and sleeps with girls, which like I'm sure that's some people's experience, but it feels like weirdly dismissive and kind of odd considering her past, like her iconic role as Tara, and how important that is to a lot of sapphic people. For her to be like, yeah, you sleep with girls when you're high and horny. And yeah, and then there's the asexuality, which is dismissed, brought up and dismissed, and it's really really weird. Like a lot of the characters that I found prior to this point, they don't use asexual, or they use the term like neuter, or they in real life. A lot of them were like within the bisexual community. So it's really weird that she would it's like this scene shows that she knows that asexuality exists, but for some reason she felt the need to be acephobic about it, or have her character be acephobic about it. But because there's no asexuality isn't actually validated at any point, because Simon's not asexual, he just said it because that will make them seem crazier. And so her acephobia stands because Noah's actually asexual, because nothing in this movie tells us different, and this is one of the first times that I can find that people have actually used asexual as an orientation label in fiction like this. So it's really weird. Why? What was the point of this? And then I don't know. And then also Jazz has this fangirl crush on Andy Hallett's character Jack, who's a singer in a band, but Jack is actually gay, kinda gay, or pretty gay. He uses some kind of modification on his gayness, so that's again really weird. So yeah, I'm really happy that I did this while waiting for Heartstopper season 3 to drop on Netflix, because that should fix things. Because Tori is probably gonna come out as asexual, and Isaac gets to explore his araceness. I'm very much looking forward to that. And I hope this works. I hope I don't get copyright striked. If I do, I'm just gonna make a different kind of video at some point at a later date when I'm less annoyed. So yeah. Happy October. Spooky season. Ace week is coming up. I will hopefully manage to do a couple of videos for Ace week for this series. So bye.